Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is Carmen with Elemental Designs, and today we're going to be playing around with the Heartfelt Creations 3D shaping molds. I purchased these a couple weeks back, and I've done a little bit of playing, not too much, but I wanted to take the opportunity today, since I have some time, to kind of do this quick live demo. This was very like impromptu. I didn't even put out a notice or anything like that. Um, so I'm not necessarily going to be waiting for anybody to come in because I'm not even sure if anybody is going to come in. I'm just going to go ahead and get myself started with the demonstration. You might hear this information be repeated just as people might come in. So yes, let me just pull up the chat in front of me. So hopefully if anybody does come in, I can greet them. Let's just give me 1 second. Just put my volume down. Bring my chat up. I put the phone in front of me so that I can see. Hi, Donna. How are you? And welcome. So the point of today's kind of live that I'm doing with these molds is because I have a few different generic craft dyes. And I also have some that are not so generic. But I wanted to see more or less, or at least share with you guys more or less which one of these worked well. Hi, Karina. How are you, darling? Which one of these worked best with which, craft dyes I have. So this one, and I apologize for the background noise, but I do have my desk by a window and it is early. So usually there's more traffic during the day than there is at night. Let's see if I can open it. So this one is the 3D shaping mold for the roses. This is for their classic rose, if I'm not mistaken. And it looks like this. You guys have probably seen these already. These have been out since last year sometime, I believe. But they're like this. They're 2 plates, very sturdy plastic. Now, I will go into like my thoughts and my feelings on this moving forward, but I'm going to share with you what they are first. And then I've already cut up a whole bunch of flowers, but I do have my machine here because we're going to be using it. I still have the big kick because I'm the kind of person that until something doesn't break, I don't replace it. So I'm still working with my old reliable here and it does the job. So if it looks a little weird to you guys, that's probably what it is. You guys are used to the Big Shot or the other newer die cutting machines. But yeah, I'm like one of those waste not, want not type people. So this one is the other one. This one creates more of a variety of flowers. The cavity on this one is more open, so it's not as shaped as this one. So this one, you can only fit specific type shapes of craft die molds and papers here. On this one, you can kind of play around and add even more variety of dyes with this. Now, what I will say just off the gate is that when it came to the rose one, which this is the very first one that I purchased, and I purchased this one thinking like this is the only one I'm gonna need. And I was so mistaken. I was so mistaken because these literally work best with the dyes that are designed for them. The way that the shape of the cavities are, they're literally designed for, for the best impression, because you can literally put anything in here, but for the best impression, they're literally designed for this type of rose shape, this type of petal shape. Bye, baby. Love you. Be careful, okay? Be good. So this is more designed for that. So I found it very difficult, and not so much difficult, but I didn't really like the shapes that I was getting, and I'm gonna show you what I mean once I process this a little bit. I didn't really like the shape that I was getting with this one as much. So I went ahead and purchased this one, which you can literally bypass even buying this one, to be honest with you. If you have the specific dyes, then by all means, this is gonna work, best for that. But if you have more of generic dyes like what I have, then this is really the one that you need. This really is the one that's going to give you the most intricate shape. It can pretty much conform to all different kinds of craft dyes, and not be so subject to just, you know, one style. So let me share with you guys some of the craft dyes that I have. Let me move this to the side. So I have a whole bunch of different ones. And like I said, the gold ones that you see, I think that these are spellbinders, if I'm not mistaken. The white ones that you see are generic. So let's see here. Trying to make sure that I got them all. And some of these like basic type shapes as well. You can definitely do a lot with to create dimension. So pretty much with these are the ones that I thought that they were going to work great. These are the ones that a lot of people have purchased. I've had these here for like quite some time. I think like 2 years, almost 3 years since they first came out. Since I first saw them on eBay, I purchased these. This is the ones that make like the classic type rose, if you will, but it doesn't fit so well in here. Like you can cut around them. So I have here some flowers that I've gone ahead and pre-trimmed. And this is one of those shapes. You would think that they would fit in there properly, but what I found is that once it processes it, the edges, I don't really like how the edges kind of come out looking kind of crazy. So I just kind of like, I wasn't too thrilled. Now, the other one, on the other hand, does a really good job with any kinds of shapes that you may have. Let me see if I can focus this just a little bit. There we go. The other one does a really good detail on some of the other shapes. It doesn't really matter which ones they are. So I'm going to share with you guys some of the ones that I have. So I have this set right here. I have this set right here. With this set here, it's a 6-piece set. One part of the set does the little, it cuts out the little edges. I don't use that one. I use this one that just kind of leaves the shape whole so that I don't have none of those little pieces kind of cut out. This one does a beautiful flower right here. And these are all really, really cheap, and you can find them on eBay or AliExpress or whichever one you prefer. This one is more generic, and it does all kinds of pretty flowers as well. This is the spellbinder one. This one does a good job. And luckily, I also have the little thing that you can put in the center. I don't know what these things are called. This is another one. I used to find this one so hard to like make flowers with. I don't know why. But the shape just always kind of threw me off. With this now, I can kind of play with it a little bit and use this one. So this one will cover pretty much 99% of the craft dyes that I have. And I almost invested into buying the actual dyes that go with this, but they're not cheap, you guys. They're almost as expensive as the plates themselves. Now, as far as pricing, I got these off of eBay and I bought them, you know, separately. And I paid about, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like $22 or $23, including shipping for each one of them. I bought them, I believe, from the same seller at different points. But the price was pretty good. I found them for almost $30 everywhere else. Plus, you would have to pay the shipping. So I think I saved myself a couple dollars in doing that off of eBay. So let's get into some of these flowers that I have here. And then we're going to get into kind of making some and demoing some. Oh, I'm putting my dyes in here. Did you guys see that? So more or less, let's see here. So as I shared with you guys, this is the 3-pointed one, the one with the 3 petals. Hi, Gigalicious. This is the one with the 3 petals. This is the one that has this one right here. The one that has like the little heart-shaped tips at the end. This is the basic rose die. These are the little round ones. Even the little round ones, and this is why I found it like, so frustrating, because yes, they're pointed in 5 ways. They have the 5 petals, I should say. They have the 5 petals, but again, this has a groove in there that it kind of makes the shape, once it does it, it kind of makes the shape a little bit awkward. It gives you nice depth for the most part. It does make the ends of the flowers a little bit awkward. Now, if you don't mind playing around with those and working on that, then you're okay. I actually, because of that situation specifically, I went ahead and bought the McGill stylus set, and I went ahead and it came with this as well. So I got the foam and the thing just so that I can work on those ends a little bit, because I wasn't really like happy with them. So I have a whole bunch of flower shapes here that we're going to kind of work through and just kind of create some flowers. So I thought that was kind of like the best way. I'm trying to see if I find some of the other ones, if I did go ahead and cut them out. So I'm gonna demo with you guys at least 2 or 3 2 flowers of each of the die sets, so that you guys can see the difference. And whenever possible, I am gonna try to see if I can just share with you guys what these look like, because I know everybody wants to make the rose, right? Like the classic rose. That's like one of the things that you know, everybody wants to have in their stash is some roses. Granted, we love the other flowers as well, but we always want to have like that beautiful rose, and we want to be able to make these roses in all different types of colors and shades and just all different kinds of things. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna work on that. We're gonna make some roses, and we're also gonna make some other flowers. Now, let me see. Do I have here one that I've made? Oh yes. So this is one of the ones that I've made. And it's a very pretty flower overall. This was made just with basic cardstock, Recollections cardstock. And I used this mold to make that flower. And I used this really pretty solid die right here. So if you have some of these in your stash and you don't necessarily have the ones that are like individualized and stuff like that, then you can still have fun with this and play with these. Like I said, they do a beautiful flower. I think that this flower came out absolutely beautiful. And then I added a little center gem right here, a little glitterized gem right here. Let's see, do I have any other ones? Oh, yes. So I made this other tiny little flower right here. This one needs this little center. So I did get to play with them. This is another one. So you can really come out with some really, really nice, you know, shapes. This were all, I think, yes, these were all made with the basic one, with the one that does all different types. So I know that one works well. So I want to share with you guys working with the rose one so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. So let's get some shapes out for those, the ones that I feel will fit in there. So let me just grab my little thing. Let's put this over here. So if you guys are not sure how this contraption works here, pretty much on the back of the plate, you have 3 corners. And those snuggle in to the corners here. One of the corners does not have that indentation. That goes with this flat one here. The rest of them kind of align. And then you end up having like this little piece here so that you can lift up your plate. We do have some water because water is always a good thing to have. Hello, Mary. Water is always a good thing to have, especially if you're working with like even, you know, really thick paper like cardstock and stuff like that, or some of the other papers. I've gone ahead just for demonstration's sake, and I've also cut out some dictionary paper. This is really, really thin, almost see-through kind of paper. So really, really thin, and it works well with that as well. And I have a little bit of everything here. I have some thicker paper with glitter. This is already like processed and stuff like that. So we got a little bit of that going on. Oh yeah, this is another one of the little tiny roses. Super cute. And that one was done with the other die set. And I'll share that with you guys in a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab myself some of those. And I'm going to try. I should have separated these, but I just, you know, I was just in this manic mode of just processing, so I just kept putting everything in the can. I'm like, put everything in the can. So I'm gonna use some of those. And we'll try to see if we can get some pretty flowers out of the mix. And I'm sure we can. I mean, I like the tool in itself because it does alleviate some of the really hard dexterity issues when it comes to having to really mold these flowers. Hello, hello, Monica. So it alleviates, but it does not eliminate, in my opinion. It does not eliminate. You still have to kind of go in there and manipulate them a little bit. So, but it does alleviate a lot of the hard work. Let's put it like that. So some of the hard work it does alleviate. So that's good. The only thing I don't like about this is that it's got the circle kind of punched out in the center. I don't know why they did that. I mean, I'm going to assume that they did that so that you can pass a statement or something through it. But we're going to get those. And I'm going to get some of these rounded ends, because some of us have like those little hand punches, and those petals come out a little bit more rounder on the ends. So we're going to use a little bit of those. So I'm just going to put these flower shapes, I'm going to sort them out just a little bit so that we have a little bit of a variety happening. Now with something like this, it's not going to work. And the reason that it's not going to work is because obviously it's 3 petals, and it's going to be almost virtually impossible to sit that in there properly just because of the angles of where the mold is and how the flower fits. You might be able to get 2, but that third one is going to be a little bit difficult unless you kind of cut them a little bit and manipulate them a little bit. And I know if you guys are like me, anytime you guys see any kind of flower dies on eBay or AliExpress, you're real quick to buy them, because I know I am. So I figured that this would be a perfect time to get these, to share these with you guys and show these to you guys. So let's see. Trying to get some bigger. All right, I think that's good enough for right now. Let me put these in here. We're gonna start off with those. And what I like to do is I like to use my scraps. So whenever I have like papers left over after I've done any kind of art journaling, or if I've made a card or something like that, I usually put those in a bin. And those are the ones that I've been trying to use up to make, like, you know, to start making my flowers up with now. So I personally like to spray my mold itself. And what I'll do is that once I've passed it through, I'll allow the paper to kind of just sit there for a second. Like once I've ran it through, I'll allow it to kind of sit there for a second. So these are these dies right here. Okay. So I'm going to look for the biggest one that I can find in here. And I'm going to try to position these. Again, the positioning on these and some of these are not the greatest. I know that when they do their demo, they're like, listen, it's okay if you can just put them over, like, you know, however they fit. But the reality is that it does affect the outside shape. So then that makes work for you after you've popped them out, right? Yes. The basic flower one, which I have here as well. I have that one as well. Yeah, this one's good for everything. Like pretty much almost for everything. If you can fit it in that diameter, you're pretty much good to go. But for the rose one, which was my first one, I was like, what the heck? Because I had seen the lady that does the demo for these things, and she was just like putting all different kinds of stuff in there. And I was like, oh, okay. So you can pretty much, it'll work for anything. So I thought I was golden goose here. Yeah, not really. I ended up having to go out and buy myself the other one just because I didn't feel I was going to get the kind of flowers the way that I wanted them. And I know not everybody is going to know about that. So you try to kind of get them in there as much as you possibly can. Let me see, do I have any little ones? No, I don't have any little ones in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and process these. Now you can also double these up if you want to. So I think just for the sake of this, I'm going to go ahead and double them up. And I'm going to spray the back side of this as well, since I'm going to double it up. So you can add more than one layer in here. I just want to make sure that they fall into where they need to fall into. And that's pretty good there. This is a little bit thicker, so let's add that one right there. All right, so I thought I had some really small ones in that one, but I guess it's the other guy that I have small ones. So again, remembering that you have an edge that doesn't have anything, so that's the edge that you want to put in here. Now for this machine, you only need to use the plates. So if you have a big shot or a big kick or whatever you have, you just need the plates. You don't need the platform itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and just process this through. And yes, I'm still using the dinosaur, you guys. I'm still working with the dinosaur, but the dinosaur is still doing the job. All right. So I'm just gonna press these down on my own real quick. Just make sure that they absorb as much of that water as possible. And everybody has like their little ways of doing it. Let's get these out. You gotta be very gentle with these once you take them out. Some of them might break on you. I've had that happen to me a few times when I was playing with this. And then you just pretty much put them to the side and let them dry. They usually dry really fast. But you don't end up getting the shape of the rose just like you wanted. And that's more or less my pet peeve with this, is that in order for you to get that rose shape the way that they show it to you, you either have to manipulate it or you end up having to do it over. So this is like a good example here, and you'll be able to see it a little bit more. But you see how that kind of bends down right here? Like it bends down, it doesn't catch the edges the right way. It gives a good texture, but it doesn't catch the edges the right way. Okay. Yes, as long as it works. Listen, I'm not one to throw anything out until it like literally gives up on me. I treat it like a friend. As long as you're good to me, no matter how crazy you are with everybody else, I'll keep you around. So pretty much, you know, it adds texture. But at this point in time, I almost feel like I wasted my money on that one. And I should have just bypassed that and gone straight for the other one. Now, again, if you have those kinds of dyes, and what I will do is I'm going to try to see if I can find a cheap alternative and try to see if I can find a dye that is actually shaped a little bit more like how this is shaped at the end. See which, can you see it from which side you can see it? This kind of comes out, if you guys can see, like it points out that way, like it has a tip that way and a tip that way. It's kind of curved up in the top. I haven't really seen the dye that is like that. I don't think so much you need maybe to worry about the ends like that. Oh, geez, come on, put some oil in that car. Your alternator belt needs changing, buddy. Okay, can you go? Thank you. Sorry. But I think as long as you can find that it has that nice kind of wonky, kind of distressy kind of looking curve up here, you'll be good to go. I wouldn't worry so much about those little ends. So I'm looking for a dye that has like that little curve and it's still like, you know, obviously reasonable in price. I'm not trying to give like 15 bucks for, I mean, a dye. I mean, at the end of the day, would it be worth it long term speaking? Yes, it would, because you're going to make a whole bunch of flowers. You're going to save yourself money that way. But for right now, I'm like, I'm not so sure that I want to do that. Now when I can find it probably for cheaper. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay these out. And again, they do dry rather quickly, and it gives it a nice you know, a nice shape. But this I will still have to manipulate somehow. I will still have to manipulate these somehow in order to get them the way that I want them. Let's try the other ones, the ones that are a little bit more rounder. Got a little bit of that excess water out of there. So these are a little bit more rounder. Hi, Jackie. Yes, Lady J's Jackie. She's one of the Jackies. There's a few of them. um, so this one's a little bit more on the rounder side. This one is for this awesome little bundle here, which brings us a large array of different sizes, all the way to the most tiniest. Makes the cutest little embellishment flowers. So we're gonna use that one. And I'm gonna try to fit these in wherever I can. And my thing already has water in it, so I'm not gonna overwhelm it with more water. But I am gonna try to fit these in wherever I can. See wherever they fit. These actually might work a little bit better on it if you can get them the right size, like to fit in the right size. Since this one has a large variety, you won't necessarily get the really big ones, I don't think, but you'll be able to get a lot of the smaller ones, and make all these cute little small embellishments with them. So that'll work as well. And double-sided paper is always recommended, but not a have to. See how tiny that is? And you can pop that in there somewhere, right? One of the tiny ones. We'll see. We'll see how that kind of works out. Let's see. But this one is good for like the smaller ones, like to make the really smaller kinds of flowers. You can definitely get away with that, with those. Let's see if I find some more that I can put in here, right? Because we want as much dimension as we can possibly get. My neighborhood is active on a Sunday. It is active on a Sunday. How long have you been doing Heartfelt creations? This is actually my very first items that I've purchased from Heartfelt Creations, I believe. Yes. This is my very first. So I'm not like their demonstrator or anything like that. I'm just a crafter who has a whole bunch of craft dies that I've done purchased them from AliExpress and eBay. Here trying to help you guys out and help myself along the way by sharing input and opening up the communication. Hi, Tanya. About the different generic dies that we normally have because we've all bought them, right? And using it with something that's a little bit more upscale, like this Heartfelt creation, because this is an investment right here, you guys. This is a $20-something investment, depending on where you buy it. It could be almost 30, a little bit more than that with shipping, so on and so forth. So this is an investment right here, all in itself. If you're gonna invest all that all in itself, then you know the whole kit and caboodle. Like if you was to buy the specific craft dies that go with these things and everything else, you're gonna go upwards of 100 and something, give or take. If you buy the stamps, if you buy the the dies, if you buy the whole kit and caboodle, it's gonna be pricey. Now, granted, they make absolutely beautiful, 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 flowers. They do. You got to give it to them. Beautiful flowers. But we should be able to make beautiful flowers without having to invest that much. I invested in the plates because the plates to me was something that eliminated extra steps as far as the molding and the having to use the little styluses and, hurting my hands with all of the extra motion and pushing back and forth. So to me, that was worth it. Now, trying to see if I can possibly fit that in there. Do I want to invest in the rest of the things? It's, it catches my attention, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really so gung-ho about that part of it. And fit little tiny ones. So we're going to fit little tiny ones in there. Like I would have been good with this one if they would have given me 3 sizes up here, right? A large, a medium, and a small in this shape. If you want to make it an official, rose shaping kind of mold, in my opinion. Now, Heartfelt Creations, if you see this, I'm not bashing you guys, you know. I think your products are beautiful. They're awesome. But in my opinion, if this was me, right? If I was bringing out this product, being a crafter, right? And gearing towards crafter, this is what I would have done personally. I would have made 3 shapes, small, medium, and large in one style of rose. I would have made the same thing. You fit 9 in here, right? So 3 of one style, this style. I would have put 3 of a different style of petal here. And maybe 3 of a different style of petal, or maybe a smaller size if you want to make really tiny embellishments. And I would have done that way. All of these, I don't know. I don't know. Yes. But that takes time, right? Like when, like I've made paper flowers, you know, back then. It's been a while since I've made my own paper flowers, but I've made the paper flowers. I've made them in all kinds of ways. Um, I love the way that they look and the way that they feel, especially, and how they sound. Okay, people are active out here. So I love how they sound. Like I love that stiffness to the paper when it dries. I think that's about it. I'm not gonna go crazy filling in every little cavity, every little thing. Um, but it's time consuming, which is why I don't do it as often, because it takes forever. It really does. It takes a long time to put in, you know, all of that pressure and all of that, and it hurts your hands after a while. So my things already got water in it, so that's why I didn't go and add more, because I don't want to oversaturate the trays. So we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna put this in here. But I did go nonetheless and bought myself the little mat. I got the little mat and the little you know, the little stylus, and it comes with the little tweezers and stuff. So I have that because I know at the end of the day I'm gonna have to do a little bit of manipulation here and there just to get different styles out of the same kind of craft dies to make different looking flowers. But I didn't want to spend hours and hours and hours just doing individual petals. This, I think, is a great idea, and I've been suggesting this for years. I think since the very first time I decided to make flowers, I was like, why don't they have a mold for this thing? Like, they have molds for everything else. Why can't they just make a mold? But thankfully, there's somebody listening to me, right? The little craft gods were listening. So they came out with this mold, but I just think that they should make a, especially for these types of flowers, maybe not so much the other one, because the other one's good. It's an open platform and it does different things, but I think that they should make like a morphing type of situation where you can make different shaped petals, all roses, but just different shapes, all in one, like all in one, so you don't have to buy additional ones. See, if they sold a die set that did like, you know, 3 different styles of petals in one die set, that I will buy. It will cost me $15, $20, $30. That I might invest in, because I'm getting a lot of variety for my buck. Like, you know, I'm getting a lot of bang for my buck. So that would be worth it to me. I'm just gonna squeeze them in just a little bit. Just make sure that everything is everything. See, these worked a little bit better. These little rounder ones, but again, you can't get, it doesn't have for the bigger ones, so you can't really make big embellishments with that set. You can make really big flowers with it. You can make like medium ones, small ones, and it works to, you know, to a certain degree. I'm trying to lift these up without tearing them because they are wet. There you go. And then I'm gonna let these kind of dry. And we're gonna be making hybrids. That's what I call it, hybrids. What did I say, matrix or something like that? Yes, that's when I think Heartfelt is getting greedy. Yes, yes, exactly. More universal. That's exactly the you know. Plus, how cool would it be to like have a hybrid? Like honestly, to be able to grab and have different. I hope YouTube doesn't. Listen, YouTube. That's not mi casa, okay? I can't control traffic. That music is not from here. So I don't know. Hopefully they don't be like, we have to mute the video. Like, oh, I will lose my mind. So So we have these. So like, yeah, it would be super cool to have them, like, you know, have like a hybrid type where you have a whole bunch of different flower petal styles in one mold. So you can really make a whole bunch of different ones. Like, why couldn't they simply have these circles, right? Like, make the cavity nice and big. So if you have a different one, fine. And then make the petal ends if you want to fit petals into it, or something like that. I don't know if that will work too well, but something like that, right? Like, you should be able to, like, to do that. I know. Listen, YouTube, is not me, okay? It's not mi casa. I don't even have a radio in my room. And all I listen to most of the time is bachata. So, yeah, that's not me. All right, so we're going to let these kind of continue to dry. Let's keep going with the demonstration. I'm going to let these kind of cool off here on the side. And we're going to work with the other ones. We're all reliable. All reliable. And then the thing is that they're so expensive, you guys. This is so expensive. They go for $30 normally, right? 30 bucks each one. 30 bucks for this. If you look for the stamp set, you're looking at $30 more. If you look for the craft dies, you're looking at $30 more. That's $90, give or take, not including taxes and shipping and whatever else they're going to charge you, you know, that are out of their control, if you will, for this. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot. It really is. Let me put these over here. So on this one, we're going to work on the same flower. We're going to use the same kinds of papers, the same shapes to do this one now. So since we saw what this one looked like, so that you guys can see the difference in the same style flower on different molds. So let me get my little can here. I've been dying to play with this can, you guys. I've been dying to play with this. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to spritz this down again like I did before. Come on, guys, not that funny. I'm so sorry. I talk to the air sometimes. Let's see. Do I have more? Did I make enough? Hopefully I did. Let's put some thin paper. Now this will definitely change the shape of the flower overall. See those? They fit nicely. This is the biggest one that doesn't really fit in my other one, but does fit perfectly in here. So sorry, so sorry. So let's see. Dun, 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 dun. I hope I did enough of these, but this one you can definitely fit in more. Ooh, these got stuck together. You could definitely fit in more. Let's see. What else am I looking for? Small ones? Let's see what I have in small ones. This is a small one. Yep, that's a small one. I'm going to double these up just because since it's paper, it's really, really thin paper. You can get away with adding more layers. Hopefully, they'll hold up well. And for this, it doesn't matter which way you put them. Like, literally, they can overlap each other in any kind of way. At least I find that they can kind of overlap each other in any kind of way. So you can almost have like a flower ready to go. Like, personally, what I would think to do is like go ahead and glue your layers together, right? Like, glue your 3 layers together or your 2 layers together, then put them in here. The machine will compress them, glue them nicely, and you pretty much have your flower ready to go. You don't even have to go through that extra step. Just do it before then. Do it before you start, and you'll be good to go. I have to get a system to divide these babies up because, okay, I think that's about it for in here. I can't find no more. I mean, they're probably in here, but I don't think I cut out too many of the big ones because I didn't think that it was going to work the right way. This is all the same size. So let's put our little baby together. And remember to always line up your edge here with the one that doesn't have nothing. I didn't do it on the other side. I didn't wet the other side. I mean, I like the fact, at least, thankfully, they didn't give us a, because let me tell you something. How many of us would have literally ran to the store to buy ourselves like one of those little hot presses that they be having like out there in China, right? Where they make the flowers to begin with. Like how many of us would have gone out there and literally spent $100 on a flower making hot press? So you're making bacalaitos, yum yum. I know I would have in a heartbeat. I would have been like, listen, I got my big kick, and now I got my flower maker. And I wouldn't have to invest in like all of these different things. The machine will just you just like and you just and everything's done. And everything's done, right? I would have bought it. I would have bought it. If all you had to do was probably like change the little plates or whatever, and it did everything for you, like literally did everything for you from even putting the flower together to everything. Like I would have definitely done it. And that would have been super cool. Something cute and small like this, right? I mean, this is not that small, but something cute and small like this, right? And maybe a little bit higher because you're gonna need different level. You know, it's gonna need like different layers. I'm assuming, to do the different things. And you pretty much put your flowers in there, and it comes out. It goes in like a conveyor belt, like you're making cookies, and it comes out on the other side, good to go. And then you take it to the next level, and then the next level does the other stuff, and then the next level. Before you know it, you got like all these flowers ready to go. Electric, like the Tim Hortons machine. I would have bought it. I would have bought it quick, and in a hurry. I would have been like, excuse me, do you have layaway? Because I need to get this. I need a layaway plan. Come on now. Let's go. Let's get it together. Help a sister out. See, this is what I don't like too. Like the flowers go that way. And I know they're like, oh, that's okay. That's not a problem. It's a problem. If you OCD with your crafts, like I am, it's a problem. Because look, to me, it's like broken, even though I know it's not broken, but it's like broken. We don't want no broken flower. But look how pretty. I love this one. This is like my favorite one, my favorite mold. It gives you all the little crinkled edges. You go ahead and you add yourself some ink or something to that, like you're good to go. And look how many you get done at once. Like if you literally had to be there with this thing here, you know, like you will be there for like, come on, come on. Somebody will have to start paying you by the hour. That's how long you will be there. Like it's crazy. But yes. So we got these. I don't want to mix these up. Where my tin can hat at? Where my tin can hat at? I lost my colors. Oh, you know what I want to try? Can we put a butterfly in there? I have some butterflies left over from yesterday's live. Let's see what it does to a butterfly. Have anybody seen them do a butterfly with these molds? Oh, and I got a chipboard. Can we do it? Would that be interesting? I'm going to put these flowers in here so that I know which one's which. And I'm going to detour real quick because I want to try these butterflies. Hello, Kanak, and welcome. Let's try these butterflies in this universal thingamabob over here. Let's see what kind of dimension we can get. These are drying up nicely. They're almost ready to go. This is just regular paper. This is a Hobby Lobby paper pad. Yeah, let's see, right? I'm going to spritz this. I'm going to spritz this lightly. Oops. Oops. Lightly spritz it. Let's see. Ooh, does that fit in there? I almost feel like I should put this in the bigger one. And I'm going to kind of press it in a little bit in that center. I know it's got like that little dimple thing there, but we're going to figure it out. And I'm going to try one on this one. Is this too big? This is too big, but we're going to try it. No, just soften up my cardstock, my chipboard. Like, I guess you can do wings too if you cut them in half. Put them, you know, side by side. Let's try it. Let's cut this one in half. Let's see what the wings look like. One on each one. The piece de la resistance. Viva la crafts. Yes, I do knock myself out. Come on, you guys. It's not barbecue outside. You guys are loud. Be loud. Be more quiet. Respect the crafters. Especially the ones that are live right now. Sounding like I live in the jungle. The concrete jungle, that is. All right, so let's see. We'll put these here. Let's put this baby here. And let's try. And let's see. Who knows? This could be the new thing to do. Now, if you can get one thing that does 15 things, you guys, that's money well invested, right? People around where I live talk so loud. They literally have the people right in front of them and they're yelling, but they're talking. It's like, what the fashizi? Ooh, you guys are yes. Ooh, me likey. And right here, it makes it flat so you could glue it. Good to go. Good to go. I like it. Yes, you guys, look. Magic. See now, Heartfelt Creations. Now, don't you dare come out with a butterfly mold. Well, only if you're going to have 15 different butterfly styles in one mold. Then come out with it because I buy it real quick because I love butterflies. But yes. Right? Super cute. And then you could just layer these. Right? Bam, bam. You just glue them. So if you can fit it, you can mold it. That's the name of the game right now, you guys. Let's get it popping. If you can fit it, you can mold it. Yes. So I like this. It gives a nice. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's bring this little mat thing here. Let's see. And I almost like the little button in the center. I think it gives it a little something. I don't know. It's, you know, look like a little blister, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's see. What are we going to do? Let's bring that blister down. Let's pop the blister. So let's bring this down. Right? Let's see. We don't want that corner there. What can we do? We can mold this. Whoever is missing this live is missing out today because we are making butterflies out of flower molds. What? Pam pam. Look at all that dimension right there. Layering these babies up. Getting a layered effect. I didn't do this one, but if you add a few of them and you get a nice layered effect, like that will look so stinking ridiculously cute. Yes, right? That's what it looks like. It's ready to catch flight. Super cute. Super, super cute. You gotta see the stuff that you guys have. I'm another one. I hoard butterfly dies like crazy. So this is definitely one to, I'm gonna make a whole bunch. Yes, I am. Mission 2. Get a whole bunch of butterflies. Get a whole bunch of butterflies, and yes, let's get this popping. So I did that shape. Let me get the other shape, which is the rounded one, right? That's the one that we have to do next. So is this dry? At this point in time, it probably is a little dry. Just a little mist. Just a little mist goes a long way, you guys. You don't have to douse it in water. I know some people like to get it really wet. You risk tearing your paper a lot that way. Uh-oh. Say no to the kitchen. Say no, kitchen, not today. You can't have me. I said no to the kitchen today. I said, pizza, are you there? Yeah. I haven't ordered yet, but I will. I will. Because I deserve a day off. And I speak for all mothers of America. We deserve a day off. Because it ain't easy. It is not easy dealing with all the dilemmas of the world and still having to cook and everything else we have to do. Nope, it's not easy. So I'm giving you guys the day off. If they ask you, you tell them Carmen said so. She said I don't gotta do jack today. I am off, feet up. As a matter of fact, I need a foot massage. Let's get that going. Chop, chop. Quick, quick. I'm only talking all that smack because that song's not here. He went out. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just hang out for a little while and do this because I've been wanting to do this with you guys for a while. So trying to find the smallest ones. But I think I used them all that day that I was making the other little teeny flowers. Ah, that sucks. It's so pretty. Anyway, I bunched up a whole bunch of these. So we're going to get it. And I put a whole bunch of them in there. If it'll hold it, like, if it'll take it up, I'll put it in. So I got like, I put like 3, no more than 4, but like, you know, depending on how thick the paper is too, because that has a lot to do with it. Doesn't affect how much dimension you get out of it. So we're going to try these now. Yup. Yup. That's right. We need our day of rest. What you think this is? Tell my kids, what you think I am, made of stainless steel? I'm not going to break down. You better give me a break. I need to oil up the gears. Come on, guys. Let's go. Help out. Help out. So let's see. All right. You know who needs to come out with that contraption that I'm talking about? Tim Holtz. Tim Holtz. Just in case you out there watching and not talking. Listen. Listen, buddy. Listen. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Okay? We need you to make an automated version of what we're doing manually. Okay? And because I came out with the idea first, I get it free. Everybody else that's in this chat gets 50% off. And that's how we're going to work that out. That's how we're going to work that out. And yeah. And you need to do this quick, before they hear me and do it first. Because there are no take backsies. There are no take backsies. All right, so we got those going. Those are a little bit on the dry side. I didn't mix it too much. I didn't overwhelm it too much with water. So let's make some flowers. And I do have other shapes that I'm gonna do with you guys, but let's make some of these first. I'm gonna put this in the floor. Thank God it has a handle and I can pick it up and put it down, pick it up, put it down. Thank God for small favors. So these are the ones that I've made with the other machine, with the other molds. Yeah, right. Royalties for shizzle. For sure. I need some royalties. Come on now. Some of these are still wet. See, I overwet it. But we're going to work on what we got. See, this one, the rose one, it does tend to tear the paper. This has happened to me on several occasions. It does tend to tear the paper more. It's got a tear there, it's got a tear there, it's got a tear around the petals because it's forcing its the grooves on this one is so like rigid. Like they're so sharp. Like the grooves on it is so sharp that it tears your paper a lot easier. So again, if you were thinking about buying any of these molds, and I know that they have other molds as well for flowers, but I'm just speaking about these two specifically. Bypass the rose one and go straight to the other one, the one with the circle, the one that looks like a donut. Go for the donut and get yourself some coffee while you're on the way there. You know, because that one you're gonna get really more bang for your buck out of. You'll be able to do way more with that one than with this one. Now, if you already done one and bought yourself the craft die, even if you did, even if you bought the craft die, you can still use it to craft that with the other one. So we're gonna try to work this out. We're gonna try to work this out, and we're gonna glue them just as they are. I'm not gonna do nothing fancy schmancy to them. We're gonna glue them just as they are, right? So what I'm gonna need is the following. I'm gonna need some glue. Got my handy dandy glue right here. This one looked like I don't know what happened, but it's messed up. So we are just gonna do this. And it's got a big hole in the middle. So I'm gonna layer two of them that are the same size. And we're gonna see. I didn't color coordinate none of this stuff, you guys. This is just demo and demo and chit chat more than anything. Which one? The rose one? Did you see what Sky told you? No. Who's Sky on here? Oh, the basic one? That's the one with the donut? Girl, you need to get yourself crack-a-lackin'. You know you can make yourself some butterflies now? Yes. Oh, your daughter. I didn't see what your daughter said. I'm sorry. Of the donut. That's the donut mold. Not really, but. So we're going to do this. And then we're going to try to make a rose out of this. So I'm just going to kind of cup it a little bit. Right? This is like the worst right here. I'm not going to get all fancy schmancy. This paper's too thin. So I'm going to roll it in there. And it's going to fit in how it fits in. So I'm just going to roll it. Make it look all distressy and stuff. And we're going to do that. We're going to do that. Yep, we're going to do it just like that. So a little bit right here. This is when I need Sassoon glue. Because this has the little tiny nozzle at the end. It's just better for getting a little bit of glue out at a time. This thing is a dribbling idiot right here, this glue. So we're going to do that. We're going to just tuck that in there. We're going to tuck that one in there. And then on this last petal here, I'm just going to glue the two ends to hold it all in place. Flower power. There we go. We're going to do that. So I'm just going to hold it like this for like about a second. Then better do what it's supposed to do. I'm going to hold that like that. Let's see if we can get another layer going. Let's do another one of the same one. You offset from one side. I'm just going to stick it in. I'm going to put it on this side because it's already curved outward. So put it like that, like so. Wrap it this way. Wrap it that way. Pull one over. Overlap every single one. The last one overlaps two. Right? We have a little bushel of fun right there. And my glue gun is, my glue stick, not glue stick, glue is acting crazy. It gets mad when I talk bad about it, then it doesn't want to work. We have like this unspoken communication. where it just kind of looks at me funny, and I know there's a problem. Just kind of looks at me just like, yeah, right? All of my craft supplies have feelings. That's why I talk nice to them. But they get me mad sometimes, and I gotta tell them a few things that they don't like to hear. So, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and I think I need to somehow push this in. And again, I'm not gonna manipulate them, but I do want to be able to push that baby in. This right here is my little makeshift. This is my very first stylus. What's my second one? I made this myself. I used a bead and a broken paintbrush. But since this one has a hole, I don't want to stick that one in to make the hole bigger. So I'm just gonna do this. Yay! We did it. So whenever possible, DIY. Whenever possible, DIY it. Okay. So did I glue that? I don't know. But I guess it's glued now. I guess it's glued now. Let's add another one in there. Right? Let's make this as full as possible. Why not? I might as well. Now, granted, you're gonna use every single one of those papers that you took out. Well, most of them. You're gonna use most of them to actually create your layered looks, but you're gonna get one flower at a time, is what I'm trying to say. So you're gonna have to do a lot of these to get a few flowers. And again, that's another little drawback for me specifically. But I think it's all right. So it looks like crumpled paper. It looks like oh no, I wrote a note, I threw it out. Oh no, I gotta get it back. I forgot something. And I gotta open it back up. So once this is like all set and I can manipulate it, then I will probably just, distress the edges. My little rosebud in the middle looks like of the fattest bee possible, literally tripped and like pop, fell right on top of it, crushed it up a little bit, but it's all right. It's all right. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. All right. So let's do another one because we might as well. We're just gonna layer these bad boys one on top of the other. Do I even have more of these? No, I don't. Actually, I'm gonna layer these on top of this because I don't have no more. So these are actually drying. You know what? I'm gonna leave those be. My glue is acting like a royal pain in the cartouche. Because that's what I like to call it. I call it the cartouche. Because it just sounds weird and sexy all at the same time. So let's go. So we got that one going. This is the round ones. Now these, they're not that big. They're not that big. So the embellishments that you can get with this set, where is it? The little flowers that you can make with this one, they're not that big, but they're cute for like little, when you tuck them in here and there in between the bigger ones. But yeah. So it sounds cute. I've been wanting to order. Has anybody purchased mulberry paper? The crystal lacquer? No. What's the crystal lacquer? I might have something similar. I have you mean like sealer, right? Like a lacquer is like a sealer? I have sealers, like, for my mediums, like regular stuff. Crystal lacquer is like, oh, like glossy accents. No, but I have one color of the Nouveau drops, if that works. And as far as like glossy accents go, I do have something that works just as well as that. If I can find it here. I have this product by Deco Art. It's called Liquid Glass. And you can make pretty much like anything. Little domes. It self levels, and it adds dimension as well. And it dries super clear. You can add anything to it. And it dries really nice and hard. So it dries almost like a resin would. And also what I also have that does the same kind of job, although it wouldn't create like the little beads because it does kind of level itself out, but it does create like that really shiny, glossy kind of effect. It's triple thick. I can find it somewhere around here. You guys are not familiar with that. Um, let's see, where did I put it? It's somewhere. It's somewhere around here, but it's called triple thick. It's probably in the one spot that I can't get to right now, which is behind me. Um, and it pretty much dries clear. It's also a sealer, so it's kind of like a lacquer. A lot of mixed media artists use it to like seal their stuff. You can add dimensional objects in it and kind of, glaze over it. I've actually, some of the canvases that I've given away throughout the summer, I've put the triple thick over it. If you guys seen the one that I did with the lighthouse, that one I put triple thick over it. So all of that wet look that you see, that it makes the water look still wet, and how I added the glitter and kind of put that over it, that's the same thing. So yeah, I mean, for that, I would use this liquid glass. Once you let it to cure, I mean, you have to allow it to kind of dry thoroughly, but it does the same kind of thing as the triple thick itself does. And it's kind of the same thing as the glossy accents. Just I can't do like dimensional little drops, like little beads and stuff like that, like you guys do. Um, for that, I think I would need something else. So let's see. Let's start with the darkest one in the bottom. We'll just dab it, dab it. Put the petals between the petals. So I'm just gonna put these up by size. Put these up by size. One petal between the other petal to give it a nice full look. Is this even part of this crew? You're not even part of this crew. You're trying to sneak in there, trying to get used. This is part of the crew. Let's see. These are the smaller ones. I'm just gonna add like all the different layers on top of it, so just so you guys can see like what it looks like. Let's see, this way. Yeah, this way. And for this one, I would use this little bad boy right here. So you get a nice little textured kind of look. The paper already had glitter on it, so I kind of used it up that way. But you see what I mean? You will still have to kind of go into them and just like do something to them. I don't know. Do something to them to just like add a little bit more interest to the flowers themselves, because they give it the texture, but the overall defining shape you still have to kind of work with. Hi, Tammy. You still kind of have to work with the overall designing shape of it. So let's finish off these because we might as well. This dude right here, he's sneaked in, so I'm just gonna. I don't want to let him to feel left out, so we're gonna allow him in. We're gonna allow him in, even though he don't belong there. And me putting the glue on this mat is probably not the smartest idea. So we're just gonna do this and do that. And then we're gonna add this little red one on top, just because we can. We're thinking happy thoughts. We are thinking happy thoughts. Come on, move towards the center. That's where I need you. So super, you can make little cute flowers. The texture is really what does it. Um, the texture is really what kind of does it for me, at least. And as you guys can see, you can even use really thin paper like dictionary paper. What I want to try because I'm trying to figure out, like, really, is it the mulberry paper that gives you that whole, you know, the way the flower goes? I was looking into faux Moran. Has anybody heard of what faux Moran is? It's like some kind of a very thin, pliable kind of foam that you can make really intricate type flowers with. And I was looking into that, but I saw like in the UK somewhere, and I'm like, oh heck no, I'm not gonna go through all that just for some flowers. I could grow some flowers faster than that'll get here. And it was like the paper itself was like $3, and then to get it shipped, it was like 15, $20. I was like, what the heck? For like 3 or 4 sheets. I was like, no, you can stay right there, buddy. You can stay right there. You can stay right there. So I mean, really cute overall. You can get some fun little flowers out of these. This one right here, you can hardly see anything about anything because the colors themselves just don't really help each other out. But let's add some distressing on this baby. Let's see. I like blue, so let's go with some blue. And I'm gonna use this cotton ball just because I saw it. I saw a cotton ball sticking out of it. I didn't want to go fetch my tools. So we're gonna just, we gotta use whatever's in front of us, okay, you guys? You can't just be running to the store to buy a fancy tool every time. We gotta figure it out, right? So we need space to put in all the other stuff that we buy. So let's see. So I'm gonna kind of curl this little baby out there just a little bit. This poor little flower. This poor little flower. He's like, what have art thou done to me? What have you done to me, you crazy lady? I was supposed to be like a beautiful flower. Now I look smushed. But when you order your flowers online and they come in the box, don't they look smushed anyway? Look, it looks shipped. This is the shipped look. That's what I'm gonna call it, the shipped look. Shipped with a P, you guys. With a P. With a P, not with a T. Yes, don't go away. Who is what? All right, so we got those. So yay for that, right? Now we gotta work on these. Yeah, buddy. So these 4 were done. And I mean, I got well, I used 2 sets of dies. So I mean, I was able to get like 4 little flowers. If you don't layer as much as I layered these, then you can definitely get more. If you use 2 to 3 little, you know, petal things, then you'll get a nice variety of flowers. You'll get a decent amount. They won't be as, you know, voluminous. Is that how you say it? That's a word. They won't have as much volume, but you'll definitely be able to get a nice variety. And again, scraps, you guys, scrap, because these little things, they're not that big. They don't need that much, you know, little 2 by 2 inch square, and you're good to go. So let's go ahead now and work on these. Yup. We're gonna work on these. That is garbage. And I am so impressed with this right here. It's like a bird. It landed. It got there. I'm playing. No, the Nightbots, that's my RoboCop. That's my version of my RoboCop. It's just there promoting and stuff like that. I'm gonna be having Nightbot do a lot of other things, like promoting people's channel there are regulars that come all the time. Like I'm gonna have it do a whole bunch of other stuff. So that when people watch the videos after, then they'll be like, oh, who's that? Oh, that person was up there. Why is the RoboCop talking about this person? Ooh, okay. And that way, you know, you guys do a lot for me by coming and spend time here with me. So I want to do something back for you guys and promote your channels. Yay! And that Nightbot thing actually keeps, you know, it has its own little web page, and it tells you like who was the top chatter. Like it tells you like, you know, commentary wise, like who was, you know, who's doing what. and it keeps kind of record of everything. So I thought it was a good tool for me to be able to add like little commands on special events and stuff like that to promote different things that I have going on, or like I said, people that are participating and being here with me. So let's see, did I just jumble all my flowers up? Yes, I did. Of course I did. So pretty much, as you guys are going to see, the style of this one's a little bit more relaxed. The petals are a little bit more flatter. With this one, they're kind of grouped and they have like this little well, if you will, like a little well in here, a little indentation, a little pool area. They have like a little pool area, so we're gonna get that. So these are a little bit more relaxed in style, but you can definitely do a lot more with them. I know that I've seen her pinch them, and she does all different kinds of stuff to them. These are pretty much dry because I didn't wet these too much, thankfully. And they're nice and stiff. Now will be the time that if you wanted to, let's say you wanted to go ham and add a little bit of distressing, which I'm gonna do on this one, which is gonna, and I'm gonna go crazy if I have to do the whole thing with this little thing here. So let me get this. Let me get this little sponge my thing. So you can really see the texture once you start adding the shading in. And you don't have to use up your pretty papers if you don't want. So you can go ahead and just get the cardstock. You buy them by the bundles, get yourself some cardstock. And I'm not gonna do the center because I'm gonna be gluing the center, so it doesn't make much sense for me to do that. Now with thinner paper, be careful because if you're gonna start doing this to them, there's a chance that you are gonna flatten out those creases. So I hope I'm doing this all in frame. Sometimes I bring the projects to my face. I don't know if you guys do that too, but I bring the projects up in my face. Yes, that's my way of giving back memory. That's my way of giving back a little bit, and keep that moving forward, keep that ongoing. And that's not just gonna go for like my lives, that's gonna go for like my videos, that's gonna go pretty much for everything. When I see that I'm gonna pick out different people and just different things to like promote, all the way around, because sharing is caring. And for people that like come to like all my videos, like let's say I drop a few videos during the week and people that comment and they comment on all my videos, like I'll make sure that I come back and when I go through like my lives and stuff like that, I give them special shout outs for the videos that they went and they supported, or for being somebody that came and supported my channel all week, or all-star or something. I want to give it like a cute little title and make it like a thing. I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate like the comments into my videos. That's something that I want to do. So I'm working on trying to figure out how to do that so that I can actually like show all my videos whenever I do videos, show like a little clip and like subscriber appreciation type of thing. Supporter, not even subscriber, supporter appreciation, because we have many subscribers, let's get that straight, but we don't have many supporters. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but it's the truth. Supporters, subscribers is two different things, and that's something that it's a different topic for a different day. But yes, there's a difference between a subscriber and a supporter, and I want to make sure that I give my supporters plenty kudos, plenty props for sticking it out with me, because I've been through all different kinds of technical difficulties and this and that, and they didn't abandon ship. They stayed. Yes, much appreciated. Yes. I have like so many pet peeves with that. And granted, and for me speaking, right? I'm still kind of going through a transition where a lot of the people that I used to support before, they switched on me. Not on me personally, but they switched their content. Their content went this way. They're not really in line with my interests. Like I still subscribe to them because when they do put the kind of stuff that I am into, then I'll go and show them obviously some YouTube love because I like watching what you're doing in this particular instance. But when it comes to other things that they do, sometimes I don't really, it's not really my thing. It's not that I dislike what they're doing, you know, to each their own, but it's not my cup of tea. So I'm gonna wait till my tea comes around the corner, and once it does, then boom, boom, I take a sip. And if I watch, I thumbs up. That's one thing about me. I don't like clickbaity type of videos where, you know, the title says one thing and then when you go in there's like something else. Like I won't thumbs it down, but I won't comment, I won't nothing. I'll just walk right the hell right back out because I'm not playing. Don't play with my feelings, don't play with my emotions. I was expecting cheesecake and you gave me like pudding pop. Like what the heck? That's not what I came here for. Don't lie to me. So yeah. Being here as long as I've been here, which is not enough, you know, I'm not like an old time YouTuber, but being here as long as I've been here, I've seen a little bit of everything. I think that even though I don't understand it all and I don't have it all like figured out, I understand enough and I've seen a lot of evolution, not just with the platform, but with the people that partake in the platform. And I don't know, some things are just not, you know, for me, it's a situation when it becomes and it's not so much that it's a situation, that's not the right way to say it. I can appreciate that everybody wants to be compensated for their work, their energy, the products that they use, the money that they put into it. But remember why you came here in the first place. You didn't come over here thinking you was going to make a paycheck. I mean, if you did, that's a different story. I'm not really talking to those. I'm talking to the ones that came here to share their love of crafting, their love of showing and demonstrating and teaching, and want to evolve and help others to evolve when it comes to crafting. I'm talking about those. Once they realize that they can make money off of this, then it becomes a different situation. And that annoys the heck out of me. Because then it's no longer about the you and I connection. It is more about the line in your pocket connection. And you should always strive to make good content because you are a good creator. But if you're gonna change gears completely just because something leaves you money and now you're just focused on that, then you're gonna turn a person like me off. And like I said, I'll come and watch the things that appeal to me and I'll show you love with the things that appeal to me. But that's about it. That's about it. And that's how the cookie gonna crumble. Yep. And it's fine, you know, it's fine. Because at the end of the day, listen, we all taking money out of our pockets, out of our children's pockets, out of our household's pockets, right? To buy paper, to buy glue, to buy this, to buy that. I get it. I get it. And my videos are monetized. Okay, so I'm not the, you know, the pot calling the kettle black. My videos are monetized. So at the end of the day, it's nice to be able to, you know, get something. But I'm not gonna switch who I am completely as a person and why I came here for to turn myself into one of the big YouTubers when that's like, you know, a hot chance and you know where that's gonna even happen. So I'm gonna end up losing all the people that I call friends today to gain X, Y, and Z. Like, no. I'd rather keep my friends, stay where I am, keep it cool, calm, and collected. My videos don't catch a whole bunch of gazillion views. I am A-okay with that because I know that the ones that do watch it appreciate it, they like it, and they come back and watch other stuff. So I am happy with that. I am A-okay with that. That's more than enough for me. Let's see. I'm trying to find, here we go. I found a nice one. I was trying to find a nice colored one, but again, I was doing scraps, so I wasn't really like deciding like, oh, I'm gonna use this color, that color, this color, that color. So this is more or less the style with this one. What did I do with my other ones? Did I throw them out? Did I give them the boots? Did I say, hey, you, it's time to go? What did I do with them? Did I put them in the box? The flowers left, you guys. What the heck? What did I do with the flowers? I don't remember. What? Oh, they're right in front of me. I know you guys are probably like, they're right there. They're right there because you can see them, but I'm like lost in the sauce over here. Thank you, Tanya. Yes, you definitely can. I know. And that also kind of sucks when they did that. Like, I was really freaked out at that point in time because I was like, damn, you know, like what's gonna happen now? They did these huge changes. Like, I wasn't really quite there yet. Luckily, I was able to like get in by the skin of my teeth, but I know a lot of people weren't able to get in. So this is the same exact die, right? Two different flower styles from the same exact die, dimension wise. Wait, ambidextrous Carmen. Go into ambidextrous mode, Carmen. This way, 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 this way. So I'm gonna add a little something, something right here. But as you guys can see, this is a more relaxed kind of look. If you want to get it to be more like, you know, dimensional like that, you might have to do a little bit of manipulation on this one to get it all the way there. This one's hard to do because of this, the hole. But yeah, I mean, it's affected all of us one way or the other. It's affected all of us. It's affected all of us, somehow, some way. Because at the end of the day, listen, you guys, the only ones that are making real money here are the ones that are a million views plus. Once they drop their video, that they make like 1,000 views, 2,000 views, 3,000 views, those people are starting to see change. And I mean, cha-ching, cha-ching, change. It goes higher up in dollar value, obviously, the more videos and the more views you go. The people that are in the average that get like, you know, few here, a few there, us, we're not making money off of this. Honestly, we're not making money. We might at some point in time throughout the year be able to buy a paper pad. Okay? But listen, I'm gonna take that free paper pad, okay? Because why not? Shoot. We gotta deal with the trolls, the moles. We gotta deal with all of that. So we might as well. We might as well. Shoot. Give me my paper pad. So I have a little box of just little dots and stuff and just little fun little things. I'm gonna add, I think, this cute little button on that one. So let's see. But yes. Okay, that button's too big. It literally flattens my whole flower out. So although we do want a centerpiece, we want a nice centerpiece. Let's see this one. Do I like that one? Do I like that one? I don't know how I feel about it. Oh, this is it was the girlfriend's box of questions. I picked it up at the thrifty store because I like that little canister. It was very Parisy to me. So I picked it up because of that. Let's see. Maybe I'll add a yellow one like I did with the other one. Little flat thingamabobs. Let's see. I don't like that yellow. Trying to find a color that I do like. That one's better than the yellow, I think. I don't want to go full bling on this just yet. Alright, so I think I'm going to add that one instead. This little blue one, it'll matchy the rest of it. But yeah, it's a long and treacherous road. What makes it worth it for me is the people that I've met along the way. That's what has made this worth it for me, and the reason why I keep coming. It's not so much about the ones that leave, because those are gonna go. I'm cool with that. It's about the ones that stay. Those are the ones that give me the motivation to keep coming back all the time. Those are the ones that make it all worthwhile for me. Really pretty. So yeah, we got another one done. Now I have to practice like my prima, not so much, I don't want to say prima, but like my fancy schmancy flowers. Like, let's see. My fancy smancy. This is why I want to get mulberry paper because I want to try. Oh, Jesus. In there somewhere. But like the really pretty ones, they look like they're all bended in the nice, perfect kind of way. They look all pretty. I love me some Prima, but I cannot always afford me some Prima because we all have to make sacrifices. So I buy from China. And China rhymes with Prima, but it's not the same. It's not the same, you guys. It's not the same. So let's go with the round ones because we done did these. I'll finish those off in a minute. These are the round ones. The round petals. I really like that one. I'm gonna have to change the title of this thing because people were just looking for like a full-on tutorial. This, that, or the third. I done gone left in the conversation. They're gonna be like, "What the heck?" I gotta add chat to it so that they know that it's like a little bit of everything in here. Oh my god. Yes. Yes, it can be slow. It can be slow. I used to like. I always say the story like I was stuck at what? I didn't even surpass 200 in a year. Like it was like taking forever. I would literally get 1 views, 2 views, 3 views, and that happened. And that was me creating content consistently for like a year. But I must say that I've also evolved in how I edit my videos, in how I film my videos, in how I record my videos. And when I did first start out, my quality, my content might have been okay. It probably would have been better if my video quality was better. The stuff that I was creating was cool, but you couldn't really get the full aspect of it because the quality of the videos weren't the greatest. Um, my angle was terrible, my lighting was terrible. Like I've, ugh, it was bad. I still have those videos on my channel because that will always remind me how far I've come. And I mean as a person, not as a channel, but as a person. Like how far I've come throughout this whole, transition from, creating art on book covers to like doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything. Because you do get to evolve in the process. This is the pointy one. I'm looking for the round ones only. I only want round ones. I don't want pointy ones. Don't try to sneak in there. Don't try to sneak in. I only did a few of those. That's what happened. This is round. Okay. They sneaky. The other ones we trying to sneak in. Well, I did a lot of the round ones. I thought I only did a little bit. This is round 2. You can tell because the other ones have like a little peak. I'll make another flower out of that. So, I mean, I made a few flowers. Right here, this is like almost a Prima pack. And it's like 2 more flowers. And it'll be like what they give you in a Prima pack. A little bit of everything, a little bit of everything. Yes, definitely. Definitely, definitely, definitely. That sometimes the ones that are the positive ones turn out to be the negative ones. So just be careful with that as well. You've been here 6 years, Tanya. I've been here. I'm gonna have. I started. I'm almost at my 3 years, or am I almost at my 4 years? I don't even know. That's so sad. Let's see. I'll tell you guys right now. Let me go to my channel. I'll tell you guys right now when I started. Because YouTube has a timestamp. Right on the about page. And it tells you made the leap. I made the leap on September 20th, 2015. That's when I decided to leap. That's when I took the major jump and decided to start my YouTube. And I got on YouTube literally like crafting. I didn't come and watch YouTube before that and comment and do none of that stuff because I wasn't really into any of that. What got me into wanting to jump and do this is that one day I decided to look up like mixed media. Not even mixed media because let me tell you something, when I started YouTube, I didn't know the terminology for nothing. I still had lost like half of a dictionary somewhere down the line. I didn't know the terminology for nothing. I didn't know that there was such a thing as mixed media. Here I am asking Google, what is mixed media? What does that even mean? What the heck is a media? Like, I didn't even know. I didn't even know. Um, the way that I was creating all along was mixed media, and I didn't even know because I didn't, I didn't study any of this stuff. I just play. That's what I do. I just play. So I started watching this lady, because I would watch like art videos. So I would just put like art on YouTube. And I spent, I think it was like 6 months just like kind of watching like art videos, just for personal inspiration more than anything, so that I can play here in my house. Because I didn't even know. I was like, does YouTube have art videos? Like, that's literally the question I asked myself. Like, does YouTube have art videos? And when I saw that they did, I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. So after 6 months of watching this lady and seeing that I did something very similar to what she was doing, I was like, you know what? I should do this and film it. And that's how my story began. Wow. Now my kids nowadays, they can live without them YouTube. Like, they need that YouTube. Like, that's all they do is watch YouTube. They're not watching their mama, but they're watching YouTube. All day, every day. That's become like TV for them. And I'm just happy that now, my hubby has decided to join the crafting. That's, to me, that's like so super cool, because all these years, it's gonna be what, 3 years, right? This year, September the 20th. Oh my God, I'm gonna have an anniversary, you guys. It's gonna be 3 years that I've been here, and this whole time that I've been doing this, he's been looking at me like, yo, you just love wasting money. You just literally love wasting money. Why you keep putting stuff up on top of stuff on top of stuff? Like, why do you need shelves? Why do you need baskets? Why do you need this? And why do you need that? And you cut paper to throw paper out, and why and why and why? And now he's like, yo, listen, Linda, we need a shop, Linda, because we need car stock, Linda. We need this, we need that. So now he's like completely switched his whole mind frame, which is super cool for me, because now I get to shop with no remorse. I get to be like, yay, let's go. But it's just been super cool. And then to see how he's actually gotten into it, that to me is even more amazing than the fact that he's in it to begin with. Because this is a man that I tell you guys, he's never, anytime that I've ever told him, like, oh, draw this, draw that, play with this, play with that, like, let's do this, let's do that, he's always been like, no, that's not my thing. Like, nope, 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 nope. He will look at what I will do and he will give me his opinion, like, oh, that's pretty, I don't like that so much, it needs this or it needs that. But he never really considered himself an artsy person, and I think that's the better way to say it. To see him now, like, literally doing layouts and this and that, and I'm like, what the heck? I don't even do layouts like that. So, like, I don't know what the heck he's watching. But somebody's doing homework here. Somebody's like letting his inner craftsman like literally come all the way out. It's just super cool. Overall, super, super cool. Let's see. Trying to see which side do I want this. Do I want this? But yes, you guys. Super cool and very fun. Here we go. There we go. So that's that one. Now when you can put a little something something. This is the other one. Let's see. You don't even have to make them that dimensional. You could just kind of put them. But this one does a little bit more of a relaxed look. If you want to like pinch them and do all of that extra stuff, you can. And that'll give you more dimension. Oh, Jesus. Please don't say words like that when I'm on live. YouTube don't like that. I can hear their whole conversation so clearly. Why can't people whisper? Let's see. Let me get some little beading here. Something tiny that I can put in there. People need to learn how to use their inside voice. Then they wonder why their neighbors know all their business. Hello. Shh, be quiet. I'm gonna go with a black on this one, right? I think the black will look pretty cool because I got the little black fonts. Yeah, I like the black. Not the blue. So, yes. I'm trying to figure out what to do for my own challenge. I have no idea. Everything's been so done. And every time that I like, I know this is gonna sound a little bit crazy. You guys will hopefully understand what I'm trying to say, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but I'm an artsy kind of person, right? And yes, I mix and mingle with the paper crafters because I like paper crafting too. I don't like to consider myself as just one thing. So I mix and mingle with both sides, but um the artsy side of me is the strongest side, like the side of me that likes to paint, that likes to do, add paint to everything, even to my paper crafts, right? So whenever I throw a challenge out, people get confused with what I'm asking for because I guess the way that I'm wording it is not the most correct way to word it. um and when I ask for stuff like that is a little bit artsy and a little paper crafty, people get stumped. They're like, what the heck she's talking about? So I don't even know. I don't even know. At this point in time, I just feel like everything is so redundantly overdone. No, 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 no. I don't know. Ay, Dios mío. Maybe I'm just a little bit too overcritical or maybe too over picky. I don't know. But things can become a little bit played out. And I'm sure a lot of people feel like that after doing their 1520th, you know, this or that or this or that. I personally, when I do challenges, I like to challenge people to create things that I can use. I don't want stuff to put away. I need storage. I cannot afford to give my storage away for stuff that um I can't use. Like I need to be able to use the stuff that I have. And that includes stuff that is, made for any of my challenges, like the laces. I use the laces. I snip them. I take pieces of them. I take different, visual aspects of them, and I incorporate them into my crafts. That was when I did my lace challenge. So those I use. Those I have used, and I will continue to use. Those serve a purpose. So when they occupy a space on my shelf, there's a reason. I can use it. I know, okay, this is that. Take this out. Let me look through it. Like, I need this, I need this, I need this, and that. The other stuff, I don't know. One time when I first started, I made a challenge to do like it was supposed to be like a pocket letter, but it was like a pocket letter that was supposed to inspire me somehow, or like motivate, not necessarily motivate me. I'm gonna say inspire, so that when I look at it, I see the colors that you use. I see the different designs. Doesn't matter if the papers don't match. It's not even about you taking a sheet out of a paper pad and cutting it up into pieces and putting it in an envelope. It's about using different, actually cutting out stuff from a magazine, cutting out this, cutting out that, like using different things that are visually stimulating and can trigger a thought process of, oh, let me create this or let me create that, or I like this color, I like this pattern, let me recreate it. It was something like that. I got one entry. And let me tell you something, the giveaway itself was like a whole mixed media. Like I had gesso, I had paste, I had paints, I had everything that anybody that's ever wanted to play around or dive into any kind of art, generally mixed media, painting, whatever, could have wanted and or needed. It had it all. I had the whole enchilada. And I got one entry. No, I got two entries. I'm not gonna lie. I got two entries. And I'll never forget who those people are. And it's crazy because neither one of them are on YouTube anymore. But what I did is at the end of the day, when I saw that nobody else, and I extended it and I extended it and I extended it, and it was the simplest thing, you guys. Take a pocket letter sleeve and just cut out different images from magazines, this, that, and the third, and just put them in there of stuff that interests you, not necessarily interests me, but interests you, and send it to me. You didn't have to do no extra work. I didn't need you to decorate it. I didn't need you to do any of that stuff. And nope, two. So I divided the package into two and send it on its way. And that's that. The IC card challenge is good. I mean, it's like the game that never ends. You can always send an IC card challenge. Enough people can have your address. That's a good one, a 6x6 page. That's a good size. Who, me? This was a while ago. This was when I first started. Like, I must have been, I think it was like it was actually my very first challenge, I believe. Um, it was my very first challenge, yeah. It was when I first got set up with Deco Art. Like when they first, it's when I first got set up with Deco Art. When I very first signed up with them and they started to like send me stuff. They sent me a whole they sent me 2 boxes of the same exact thing. So I asked them, I was like, is it okay if I do a giveaway with this? And they was like, yeah, that's fine. So I did a giveaway with it. And I thought, I mean, it was a whole huge box. I mean, you guys, it was a whole huge box. If you end up finding that video, it was all the way towards like, you know, back, a couple years back. I even forgot what the heck the challenge was called, but I gave away a whole bunch of stuff and nobody cared. I gave away cases of paints, literally with every single color in it, brand new. And people was like, do, 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 do. So let's see, you guys. Do you want to see another flower or should I call it a day? Because I know I've had you guys here for quite some time. It's up to you. I can either show you another set of flowers or we can call it a day because I know that you guys have probably other things to do. Let's see. What other 2 flowers haven't I showed you? I don't think. Trying to see if I have the other one that's full, but I don't. I guess I can share how to use the whole ones with you guys because I didn't really do any of these, so I'm gonna cut these out. I'll share one more flower with you guys, and then there goes that idea. Stuff to pick up because how fun is it to pick up stuff, right? The rest of those flowers are gonna go into my little. Thank God I have everything in baggies, so nothing really spilled out. Yay for a slight level of intelligence when it comes to certain things. I only dropped like 6 or 7 of them. That was easy peasy. All right, so let me get myself a piece of paper and I'm gonna bring this up, bring these over. And so far, I've shared with you guys how to do this flower set and this flower set. I've already got some of these cut out, so I'll show you how to do this one, but I am gonna cut out these right here that are whole, just to share with you guys how those kind of look. And how you can work with those that are a little bit more solid, that don't have like the individual petals. These little things right here, these little pockets, I make my own little pockets, you guys. I use plastic printer paper, printer sheets, projector sheets. I fold them in half, tape them on the sides. Voila, I got myself a nice sturdy pocket. And that's where I store my stuff. So all my little craft dies are stored in this kind of pocket. This is where I store all my shits, all my stuff. So I buy a box of 50 and no, I buy a box of 100 sheets and I just fold them in half and use them as I go. If you want to make them top loading, then just tape in the bottom and tape in the side and leave your tops open and you can make them top loading. I don't mind so much side loading for now, but I do them in both ways. But that's a cheap alternative. Yes. Yes. These are all. When it comes to flower type things, this is what I have. And this is why I've been playing with this thing, because I have so many of them that this actually can go there. I dropped one. I gotta get that. I gotta get that. And that's not counting my other ones that I have that are actual, you know, that are like the actual flowers and stuff. Uh-oh. I dropped the die. I don't want to roll it over with my seat. Be careful. Where did it go? Sugar. Okay. Well, let me not use my chair for a minute. I'm gonna do this standing up. So pretty much for the bags, let me see. I have all right, here I have some that I keep them in a little folder and I just use them as I need them. So this is a sheet, right? This is a projector sheet. So I fold it in half so that I can stuff them this way. But if you want, you can tape them here and tape them on the side, and then you can load them from the top. I like to have them this way because the box that I had before, which I have to get another one and just make it a little bit better, I'm gonna have them like this, and I'm gonna have them with the little tabs. Like I'll share with you guys. I'll show you what I have so far. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Let me move this stuff out the way so that I don't get myself too overly messed up over here. And then the magnets, I don't buy sheets. I buy a roll. I buy a roll of 20, I think it's 25 feet. Is it 25 feet? That might be too much. That sounds like a lot. It's a certain amount of feet. I'm not sure how much right now. But I buy a roll of magnet sheet. Comes in a roll. And I cut it to size. And I pay less for that roll than I would for a pack of the sheets. So this is why they're all like different sizes, because I just cut them out depending on what I need. And sometimes you don't need a whole bunch of magnet in order to hold your dies together. So that's what I do. That's what I do. Let's see, let me put this here. I'm gonna try to get my box out of the dies that I have right now, how I have them. They're not as organized as I want them to be, but they do the job for right now. And it has condensed. I don't know if you guys can even see this. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Let's move this up. Let me get this out the way. I've probably shared this with you guys before, but I'm not sure if I have done it since I kind of fixed it back up. So here I put like my pieces of wherever I have areas that I can still like use up, because you know we don't want to waste nothing. I put it there. These right here are like they have like a very kind of mulberry-ish type texture. There's somebody gift wrapped something that they sent me in this like sheet, so I saved it because I figured I could make some really nice mulberry-ish type flowers. And I also saved this white one here so that I can make some different ones. So I got that there because that's something that I can use for my die cutting. I put my scraps in here as well, like whenever I have them, like little pieces like that. So I have that there. I started off by doing these little baggies. And the dimension says something, but when you get them, they're smaller because they're measuring it from edge to edge. They're not taking into consideration the fact that they had to seal this on the, you know, all the way around. So you're actually losing space, right? So the actual pouch enclosure is a lot smaller than, you know, it's a lot smaller than what you need it to be. So what I started doing after I went through that, I started buying my little plastic packages because I was using it to make like shaker cards and stuff like that because you can use it for everything. I don't have the box anymore, I don't think. But if you go like on eBay, honestly, and you look for projector sheets, find the cheapest one that you can find because this plastic is heat resistant, right? This plastic doesn't get messed up that easily. It's heat resistant because it's made for projectors, and or printers. This specific plastic's terrible. It says it's for printers, but it's terrible. The ink just slides right off. So I bought it because I wanted to implement this in some other things. So I bought myself a pack. I really liked it. I went through the whole thing because I was doing all different kinds of crafts with it. So I went and bought myself another one. Then I said, you know what? I could make pockets out of this. So that's what I did. So I made pockets out of it. And if you see, I have all of my dies in little pockets. And I have a lot of room in here. So you can make them as big as you want. I use the whole sheet because why start cutting it apart? Like you can literally, just use it up the way it is. But it saves me space. And right now I have them sideways, but they're okay. They don't fall out because they're on magnets mostly. So this is like part of the roll of the magnet. This is one of the sheets, one of the pieces that I have left. But it does a good job. Like I wanted to put all my butterflies in one place. So I cut the big sheet of magnet and I put it in here. It's not as pretty as I want it to be because I'm gonna actually be buying another roll and really doing a better job at cutting the sizes up properly and doing everything up properly. I was just kind of running amok when I first got it, so I was just like no thought process at all, no math at all. Lines are wonky, everything is wonky. So this is like I try to group everything together as best as I can. These are folders from the Dollar Tree, those really pretty folders. So I just kind of cut out the little tabs and I just got like a whole bunch of little dividers that I'm going to be using. When I have something that's a little bit small and I don't need a whole thing because it's just one specific style and it doesn't really fit in a certain kind of theme, then I'll just use the little baggie by itself if it'll fit. And I'll just stick a little piece of magnet sheet in there and just put the little small one, like the little jar. I have to put this one in somewhere, but I have it already on a magnet just so that it has a little bit of stability to it. Like I have all my words for the most part like in one. This one has a house in it and it has words, so I kept it a little bit separate, but still more or less fitting in the same. And what's cool is that you can always retape the bag, like you can always retape the sides. Like let's say the sides get a little bit messed up, then add a little bit more tape to it and keep moving forward. This right here is not gonna get messed up. This plastic is good, so it's not gonna tear on you. It doesn't matter how much stuff you put in it, it really will hold the weight on it. And I just use regular basic tape, just regular tape. And what I do is I make myself a little assembly line. I go and I fold all of them. Like let's say I want to make a batch of 20, so I'll fold them all in half. I'll use my bone folder right across that crease, make sure everything is nice and aligned, and I'll get all 20 done. And then I go to town. I do one side on all 20, keep stacking, just keep doing one side on all 20, bring the bundle back, flip it to the other side, and do the other side. And but before you know it, I'm done. And it's super fast. Super, super fast. You'd be surprised how fast. Once you get into the rhythm of doing it, you'd be surprised. But yeah, that's what I do. See, this is a top loading one. This is what I say. I do them both ways. This is a top loading one. On this one, you have to add the tape, obviously going across. I don't know if you guys can see that. You gotta put the tape going across the side, but you can't even really see the tape. You want to get fancy schmancy, then get yourself some really pretty tape. Add yourself a piece of washi on the tape itself. Like this is what I would say. Use this tape, right? Get yourself a piece of washi. Figure out how long you need it. Add it on the tape itself, right? And then put the tape over so that you have really pretty decorative lines. If you're into that sort of thing, I'm a person of functionality. I like things to be pretty, if you will, but I'd rather them function than look cute. Like I'm not gonna put something somewhere because it's gonna mess up my feng shui. Like if it fits, it goes. Like that's more or less how I go. For little things like this, I keep them by themselves. I keep them by themselves like that. But for the whole arsenal of them, I will use a sheet. And You get the most amount of space out of this. One's a little snug. I have to trim a little bit. Let's see. Okay, it'll come out. It'll come out, but it's a little snug. So you get the most amount of space, so you can literally save yourself a whole bunch. Before I had these in binders, I had like 3 binders. Now I have a box, and there's literally still more room for Jello, because I'm able to group them and put them together. And then I have them kind of sectioned off. They don't have no labels or nothing, but I can kind of tell where they kind of go. Like I have all my people related stuff on one. These are like my little people whimsical characters, but people nonetheless, if you want to call it that. They have names. And then here I have like whimsical stuff or just other generic type stuff. So like I'll group them to a certain extent. As long as they make sense in my mind, then I know where to find them. See, this one pops because I use, oh yeah, don't use what's that other tape that comes in the little roll that is like kind of I don't know what it's called. It's Scotch tape, I think it is. A Scotch tape. Yeah, don't use that tape. If you're gonna use tape, use this tape. The one that comes in the big roll. Because the Scotch tape breaks. It's very it's weak. It's not strong enough. This one's strong. Like these like this. This one's strong. So you can use something like that. See, I did it with that one and it popped already. I did a few of them with that one because I ran out of tape. But as you can see, they're starting to open up. What the heck? Where does this go? Anywho, so yeah, that's the gist of my situation here with this stuff. And I have here magnets, leftover magnets that I've been able to kind of just store. So let's put this back. So that's kind of how I go through that whole thing right there. And I have it right in a space where I can actually play with it if I want to. Like I can easily get into it and easily get out of it. But that's how I do the little baggies. They go with that. The fuse tool on that plastic won't work because it's heat resistant. So I tried fusing it together. It didn't happen. And I let that thing get hot as heck and it didn't happen. But yes. So let's get to the final flower so that I can send you guys on your pretty ways and get you going. I literally have to buy, I'm dropping everything out here. I literally have to go and buy myself another package of the films because I literally use it up so much. And once I figured out that I can make baggies out of it, I was making baggies for everything. And that goes for my stamps as well. I've been using them for my stamps and for my craft dies so far. Let's see. Let's use this one. So I'm going to use this one real quick and I'm going to cut this up as many times as I possibly can. I have the other one there. So let's get this show on the road. The stamps, let's see the quality of the stamps from I personally had a few bad experiences with AliExpress. This still to this day they owe me money like crazy. And I didn't like it. So I went back to All Reliable because at least on eBay I could complain and they speak my language. So I'm like, listen, they messed up. They said I was gonna get 2, I got 1. How about we get this thing together? Like, it's not working for me. eBay. No. Listen to me, eBay. I'm gonna say this calmly. They played me. I'm gonna say this calmly. They gypped me. I'm gonna say this calmly. They lied to me. I need my money. Don't play with me. And usually I get my money. 9 times out of 10, I get my money. The other point, I have to split my money half and half because I got half of the product. But that doesn't really happen to me very often, thankfully. So this is how this one looks. So super cute. If you want to go ahead and split them up even more, you can. But super cute. I'm just gonna do this whole thing. Might as well, since I have it here, so I don't have to just throw away the scrap. So I'm gonna do this, and then we'll have a few layers at least to play with, and I'll make this pretty little flower. With this one, I did find that I did have to manipulate it just a little bit, just to get it to kind of curve up the way that I wanted to. But it did take the shape nicely. It comes kind of embossed. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it comes a little bit embossed, like when you run it through, because it's got a nice little detailing on that. Oh, I bought it on eBay. Everything I buy is eBay. I love eBay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to say it. I love me some eBay. I'm not being biased. I'm just, listen, it's what works. I did the AliExpress. I've tried the Wish, and Wish is a hustle, and I have. And I don't like being hustled. I don't like being hustled. Don't tell me that it's free and I gotta pay $3 for shipping. And don't tell me that it's $1 and I gotta pay $4 to get it shipped. Like, no. Because if you're able to sell me a craft die, right? You're able to sell me these craft dies for $1.50 on eBay, free shipping, then why do I have to pay you, Wish, $2 to ship it? Why? Why? Me don't understand. Me don't get it. And I don't know. I don't like the hustle. I don't like the hustle. Be upfront with me. Be official. Say $1 plus shipping. So charge me $1 and charge me $1 to ship it. That I can understand. Don't tell me free. Play shipping and the shipping is more than the item and the shipping put together. No. Get out of here with that. Who you fooling? Not me. Not today. So bye-bye. I wish to no longer see you. Peace out, homie. Don't say bye. Just go. It's all right. I won't miss you. So I did the Wish. I did the Ali. I did the eBay. I did the AliExpress for like about a year. I gave it time. Because listen, I'm always on the hunt for a good bargain. Right? Who's not? Who isn't, right? We're all on the hunt for a good bargain. I was like, listen, you know, I'm gonna save myself some money. I'm gonna try it. I saw a lot of people holding a lot of amazing things, and it was like, wow, amaze balls. Yes, I need this in my life. Ali, where you been? Right? But when you start taking into consideration the fact that you have to have like special this and special that if you want to get your money at a certain time, and if they messed up, oops, you still have to give us 30 more days to figure out what the heck. Like, no, what are you talking about? Like, what? You crazy? What? No, that doesn't work with me. Dame mi dinero ahora mismo. I don't play that. Out of here with that craziness. Stop it. Who do you think you're talking to? I'm a veteran. I'm a veteran in this online shopping. I'm a veteran in this online shopping. Don't play with my money. I wasn't playing when I made it. I wasn't playing when I sent it to you. Don't play when it's time to give it back. Let's go. You punishing me for having fraudulent sellers? What? Why? What did I do to you? I never been to your house. I never took your water. I never asked you for a cookie. Why am I being punished? Why? I don't know. Why are you being so vindictive with me? I didn't do nothing to you. I was just trying to be a friend and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to help you make some money, friend. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Thank you so much. I'll be back. But what happened is that I went back and they said, off with her head. Take her money. Don't tell her nothing. She won't know. If she come back, tell her 30 days, 30 days. One day I flipped out. And I tell them, listen, homeboy, I don't care what month it is. Right now, where I live at, my month lasts 5 days. So consider me on another planet. I don't care. I want my money in 5 days. 5 days. Don't play with me. I told them I'm a big YouTuber. I got 1,500 gazillion followers. I'm gonna make a video about you. I'm gonna tell the world what you are and what you do. Give me my money. They gave me my money. They gave me a part of it. They gave me $1.15. I said, what? What's the rest of it? They said, me so sorry. Me close today for holiday. You come back next week. I said, what? Bye, Memory. Thanks for hanging out. So, yes, that's my story. So that's why I don't go to Ali no more. When I deal with eBay, they be like, hello, ma'am, how can I help you? I say, yes. ¿Habla español? Sí. ¿En qué le puedo ayudar? I said, yes. I was like, let's go. I was like, listen, I dealt with this homeboy over there on the other side of the world. The homeboy didn't say my stuff. Like, what can I do about it? Oh, okay. We have problem resolution. Hold on 1 second, ma'am. I said, yes. So we got it together and we got it going. So let me get this glued down. I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to get this glued down. And yes, we're going to get this together. So one thing I don't play with, people's property and my money. Okay, two things I don't play with, people's property and my money. One thing my mama always told me is no toque, eso no es tuyo. Okay, don't touch, that's not yours. All right, so I always respect other people's property. I respect other people's property and their spaces. I don't play with that. Not me. And don't play with my money because it's not easy to make. It goes fast and it don't come back. You gotta go through the whole process all over again. Okay, you gotta recycle. You gotta redo the whole thing all over again. So don't play with my money. I don't like that. I don't play those games. When I invest my money into something, I want to make sure that what I'm getting is what I'm getting. I'm very OCD with that. When my shipping is supposed to be shipped, I don't play with that either. I'm very crazy when it comes to my shipping. Don't play with my shipping. Don't touch my packages. Don't lose my packages. Don't break my packages. So yeah, there's a little tidbit about me. So don't play. Don't play. So I just went back to eBay and I've been a happy customer ever since. And let me tell you, like I had the little story the other day with my little items that I purchased that literally were like lost, some were floating in the mail. They're probably on their way back to sender now, because they messed up with the printing label and they put the wrong printer label, whatever. When a company holds the sellers accountable for what they're doing, then the sellers will do what they're supposed to do, right? Otherwise, they won't be able to sell. But when you have a company that's not holding nobody accountable for nothing, then people are gonna do whatever the hell they want. And I feel like that's the problem with those other companies. I feel like they have a conversation between each other and they'd be like, listen, those Americans, they're trying to hustle us. We can't let them hustle us. They're trying to get something for free. Meanwhile, the whole time we didn't get nothing. And here on the other side is the other side of the, the scope. So like, listen, over there, they're trying to hustle us. We can't let them hustle us. They're trying to get something for free. So, come on now. Let's get it together, people. Let's get it together. So yes, that's what happens. It's crazy. When I first started this whole YouTube thing, I used to see other people doing their voiceover videos, and I always had an issue with doing voiceover videos. Just never really felt too confident in doing them like that, so I never really did. And I used to watch people talking in the videos and this and that. I'm like, oh my God, don't they feel crazy talking in the videos? And literally today, I'm doing the same exact thing, and I'm just starting to think, I'm like, you must look like a lunatic. Like if people are watching you from anywhere, they're like, yo, this lady's talking to herself. And they don't even know. They don't even know. I'm just gonna group these together. I should have worked with them a little bit more, but I didn't. But I'll figure that out now. I'll see how I fix that now, because I forgot to give them a little bit more shape. So I kind of just glue them one on top of the other, and then I just work on it like this. Because I'm not gonna do the same job over and over. I'm supposed to be, saving steps and energy by buying this contraption. So I'm not gonna stand there pedal by pedal, pedal by pedal, pedal by pedal, and do this to all of them. I glue them all together and then I do it at the end. So yeah. Sasson don't even know that I'm going live today. He's gonna be like, what the heck? You was live. I'll be like, yeah. And you missed it. So I'm just gonna perk these up just a little bit. And I think this is about it, you guys. I think I've done enough of the zany lunatic ramblings for a while. This is like so soul cleansing. Yes, I am. This is why I suck at tutorials, because like 1 minute I'm telling you, okay, you guys, you have to cut this, cut that, and the next thing I'm saying, listen, you gotta put oil in the alternator. You can't. So like I'll be like, what the hell is this girl talking about? So like, yeah, I'm just, I'm a little bit all over the place. The whole point of today was like, yeah, I'm gonna show these people, I'm gonna play with some flowers and talk about the do's and the don'ts, and I'm gonna make this quick. I told my kids, listen, you guys, just hang with me for a little bit. I'm gonna go live real quick. It's not gonna take me a long time. I'm just gonna go. I lost the pedal. I lost the pedal. It's not gonna take me a long time. I'm gonna do this, real quick, real simple, whatever. They're like, all right, mom, order pizza when you're done. Yeah, no problem, guys. Love you. I came in here. It's been 2 hours, right? 2 hours and 15 minutes. So they're not very happy campers at this point in time. Yes, it is. And it is what makes it fun. And honestly, I hope to never, ever, ever change. And I can control that. So I never will change. I will always be the same because I love me. And when you love you, you don't have to change because you are good enough. So this is the other one. I'm trying to like crunch it up a little bit. Give them a little bit of dimension or something. They look a little bit plop, plop, plop right now. Like plop, plop, plop. All right, so let's see this one. Okay, that one can go with that. See, that looks cute. That one could go with that. Blue. Where's my other one that I was using? Where's my big mama jam? See, I touch stuff and then I don't know where I put stuff because I'm like all over the place. All right. So I don't know what I did with it. So let's go back to this big baby right here. But yeah. Well, once you do, they become really like addicting. See, I'm not very social outside. Like, yes, I know people. I've been here for long enough to know people everywhere. People know my name. I worked in the local pharmacy for like years when I moved here. Um, so everybody knows me, right? I was the Spanish chick that translated for everybody. And I was the one that knew a little bit about all different kind of stuff that was like, not medicine related, not pharmacy related. So everybody was, they all got to know me. They're like, Carmen, 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 Carmen. I go through the street and everybody knows my name. They know my husband's name. They know my children. So it's not that we're like, like that, but we don't socialize. We might see you, but we're not inviting you out to nothing. So don't stand in line. Ain't nothing free being given out. Hey, how you doing? Peace out, homie. Keep it moving. Yup. I don't want to know nothing about nothing about nothing about nothing. Keep that information to yourself. Trust and believe I'm going to keep my information to myself. And that's how me and you going to get along. I don't want to hear nothing. So super cute. This is with the other with the solid dye. So you can get some really pretty flowers. I really like this one because even though it's a solid kind of shape, you still get a little bit of individual petals here and there, enough to kind of allow you to play with it and just maneuver it a little bit. And the more layers you add, I wish there was a smaller size so that I can kind of, gradually go like this and, just kind of give it a little bit more dimension. But I think if you was to maybe cut a piece of this like in half and then curl it, you might be able to get a little bit more variety. I don't know. I haven't played with it that much to see. But with this, you guys, I think that I will bid you all farewell. I want to say thank you all so very much for hanging out with me. And as usual, the smallest of tasks take me the longest of time because I get so caught up in chit chat that I forget about what I'm supposed to be doing. So, yes. So thank you all so much for hanging out. I hope that somehow, some way, this has, done something for you one way or the other. Hopefully you found it useful and informative, inspiring, maybe. One can only hope, right? But yes. What you mean no? What you mean no, Tadia? Well, thank you guys all so much. I'm going to go and get my kids some food before they start scratching at the door. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Make a canvas. No, not today. Not today. Maybe, I'll see you Saturday for that. So have a good one. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see you all later. Bye.